Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 11 of This Week in Raider Football. I'm Nick Rush and today we're going to be discussing a huge game we have scheduled. It's 2 nights away, October 30th on a Friday night. The Raiders return from a bye week to take on the Westminster Christian Warriors. Now, many of you may possibly be thinking, well, who are they? Where did they come from? They are coming all the way from Miami, from the East Coast to the West Coast. That certainly is something unheard of in the high school rankings of football. Typically, when it comes to high school football, you have teams playing other schools within their local city. But here you have a team from about, 2.5 hours out, making the bus ride across the state to play this game out of county. It really is going to be exciting because this is certainly not a team that you're going to see Riverdale play each and every season. So you have to come out to its game on Friday night. Tickets are $5 and it will be right here at Riverdale High School. So it's going to be fun. But if the Raiders want to come up with a win, then they're going to have to realize what type of team they're playing against. They're 6-1 in the regular season schedule. They're 3-0. And their division, which is Class 3A District 8. And they are number 88 in the Florida rankings. Now, that may not sound very impressive right off the bat, but when you think about it and you consider how many schools have football programs within the entire state of Florida, what would you say, hundreds, thousands? It has to be thousands. So there's thousands of football teams within the state of Florida. And this team, Westminster Christian, is number 88. They're definitely a school that is no joke with the football program. Not to mention, they are on a huge 5-game win streak. And they blew out quite a few teams as well throughout the regular season. 56-6, 56-0. The list goes on and on. So, Riverdale, they need to realize what type of team they're playing against. They need to try to cut down on the Warrior squad, and they have to basically just play smart football on both sides of the ball. Whether you're on offense or defense, you just have to be careful and try not to make any foolish mistakes at this point. The Raiders are trying to redeem themselves after a very upsetting loss to South Fort Myers 2 weeks ago. And the Riverdale playoff hopes were dashed. They were eliminated from playoff competition as they fell to the SFM Wolfpack by a 42-13 final score at Riverdale High School. So, as a result out of that ball game, you have both the Gulf Coast Sharks and the South Fort Myers Wolfpack clinching a playoff berth for the FHSAA postseason play. So it's going to be exciting to see those two teams and see where they are going to go, how far they're going to go as they represent Class 7A District 12. Right now, Gulf Coast is right on the top of the standings with a 7-win, 2-loss record. South Fort Myers just barely underneath them, 6-2. And finally, you have the Riverdale Raiders, who are 3 wins and 5 losses. At this point, the Raiders have nothing to hold back, and if they can win their final 2 games of the season, which is the best thing that can happen at this point, then Riverdale football would end up 5 wins and 5 losses, right on the 500 win percentage mark. So let's hope Riverdale can pull out a big win against Westminster Christian. Like I said, they're a big team. Came out with a few huge wins. I just pulled up their schedule for Westminster Christian. Take a listen to some of these final scores. 75-12, 56-8, 41-6, and most recently, 56-0 against Everglades Prep Academy. So, if that doesn't open your eyes about how great of a team this is, then I don't know what will, but this is going to be one heck of a matchup. That's all I can say. So be sure to come out, support your Riverdale Raiders on Friday night, October 30th. Tickets are $5. It's the Raiders against Westminster Christian. They're known as the Warriors in Miami. 2 more games, including this matchup, remaining on the schedule. After this Westminster Christian football game, we'll have your Battle of the Bell on November 6th, and that will close out the football season of 2015. It is going to be a little different to see it go, and afterwards we'll see some winter sports for Riverdale High School, but that's going to be fun. But it's been a really fast-moving football season, and it's coming to an end fast. So be sure to come out, support your Raiders on Friday night. 7:30 is the kickoff. We'll say one more time. And we hope to see you there. That's just about going to do it for this episode of This Week in Raider Football. I'm Nick Rush once again saying thank you for listening in, and we will see you next week.